Shalom, shalom, Israel. This is Prophets of Awakening. This is our Wednesday night class, uh, the 13th of January 2021. We're going to do our moment of silence and in regards to Yahweh and Lord of Hosts and all that they are doing in the earth to bring about our deliverance, from the lands of our oppressors. Okay? So with that being said, we're gonna do our moment of silence, and then we're gonna do our prayer, and then go into current events. Okay. O Lord, I pray unto the Lord my God. We make our confessions, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping covenant and mercy to them that love thee and to them that keep thy commandments. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us a confusion of face, as it is this day, to the men of Judah, to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither they have driven us, because of our trespass that we have trespassed against thee. As it is written in the laws of Moses, all this evil is come upon us in the land of our captivity, here in the Americas, the Caribbean, Great Britain, and Africa. O Lord, according to all thy righteousness, I beseech thee, let thine anger and thy fury be turned away from the city of Jerusalem and thy people and thy holy mountain. O Lord, hear this prayer and cause thy face to shine upon the sanctuary and thy people for the Lord's sake. O Lord, open thine eyes and incline thine ears to hear and behold our condition. O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, hearken and do. Defer not for thine own sake. O my Lord, for thy people and your land need you desperately at this hour. Peace be unto you. Okay.
Hallelujah.
So,
Yes.
with that being said, we're gonna do current events. Anybody got anything on current events?
Prophets of Awakening is back on live tonight.
Is there something?
Yes, yes. Hallelujah. We're back on live.
Okay. Yes. It's a good thing to be back.
Yes.
Okay. With that being said, anybody else got anything? Yeah. So I just want to give people a little heads up on now that Israel he prophets of awakening back. I got the show for part 12 of Uncomfortable Conversation. I'll be probably doing it in the next few days. So that way I have 12. So
All right.
with that being said, we're gonna do the what's up, Lamar? So I got a video I'm gonna play about they impeached Trump again tonight for a second time in the House. Still got to go to the Senate, but I'm gonna play this video. He came back with right after that with a message. So we're gonna play that.
Mob violence goes against everything I believe in and everything our movement stands for. No true supporter of mine could ever endorse political violence. No true supporter of mine could ever disrespect law enforcement or our great American flag. No true supporter of mine could ever threaten or harass their fellow Americans. If you do any of these things, you are not supporting our movement. You are attacking it, and you are attacking our country. We cannot tolerate it. Tragically, over the course of the past year, made so difficult because of COVID-19, we have seen political violence spiral out of control. We have seen too many riots, too many mobs, too many acts of intimidation and destruction. It must stop. Whether you are on the right or on the left, a Democrat or a Republican. There is never a justification for violence. No excuses, no exceptions. America is a nation of laws. Those who engaged in the attacks last week will be brought to justice. Now I am asking everyone who has ever believed in our agenda to be thinking of ways to ease tensions, calm tempers, and help to promote peace in our country. There has been reporting that additional demonstrations are being planned in the coming days, both here in Washington and across the country. I have been briefed by the U.S. Secret Service on the potential threats. Every American deserves to have their voice heard in a respectful and peaceful way. That is your First Amendment right. But I cannot emphasize that there must be no violence, no law breaking, and no vandalism of any kind. Everyone must follow our laws and obey the instructions of law enforcement. I have directed federal agencies to use all necessary resources to maintain order. In Washington, D.C., we are bringing in thousands of National Guard members to secure the city and ensure that a transition can occur safely and without incident. Like all of you, I was shocked and deeply saddened by the calamity at the Capitol last week. I want to thank the hundreds of millions of incredible American citizens who have responded to this moment with calm, moderation, and grace. We will get through this challenge, just like we always do. I also want to say a few words about the unprecedented assault on free speech we have seen in recent days. These are tense and difficult times. The efforts to censor, cancel, and blacklist our fellow citizens are wrong, and they are dangerous. What is needed now is for us to listen to one another, not to silence one another. All of us can choose by our actions to rise above the rancor and find common ground and shared purpose. We must focus on advancing the interests of the whole nation, delivering the miracle vaccines, defeating the pandemic, rebuilding the economy, protecting our national security, and upholding the rule of law. Today I am calling on all Americans to overcome the passions of the moment and join together as one American people. Let us choose to move forward united for the good of our families, our communities, and our country. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Okay, any comments?
Thank you all for.
Anybody got any comments?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, what's up with you? Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Okay, yeah. You see we back on Prophets of Awakening, right?
What'd you say?
We back on Prophets of Awakening.
I'm sorry.
We back on Prophets of Awakening.
My phone is acting crazy. Did you say am I on Prophets of Awakening?
No, we back on there. We back up again.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, yeah. So you got any current event?
Well, I was just listening to all of the representatives making their speeches as to whether or not they're going to, say yay or nay to impeach Trump. And it just took me back to nobody made speeches, when injustice and insurrections were happening against our people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all of these people are making these speeches and they're quoting all of these historical people like Abraham and all this kind of stuff. And it's just it's almost a joke to me,
Okay.
that. And I'm just so glad that I know there's, how they say that the United States has a shadow government, a
Right.
well, the Lord of Hosts has a shadow plan. You know, they are running their little plan. They're making their speeches, and they think that they're fooling, and they are fooling a lot of people. But they're not fooling the Lord of Hosts, and they're not fooling the people that belong to the Lord of Hosts that are in the know.
Right.
So it's
Exactly.
just, I mean, it's a kind of excitement for
Right.
me. um yeah, so that's, I can't really put it, I can't really put all that I'm feeling in words, but it's
Okay.
just, it's just to know that this is not really the end all be all is
Right.
is exciting.
Exactly. Right. Just actually what is happening. Talk about it a little more later, but prophetically, we being, our deliverance is being sped up. That's what's really happening. Uh,
Exactly.
right.
uh, and I had came across, and maybe you can talk about this later or maybe on another day, but the word of God says that he doesn't do anything in the earth unless he tells his prophets first. Is that, do I take that at face value, like that's the way he rolls?
Yeah, that's one of the plumb lines. You can rightly divide the word because if there ain't no prophet of Israel, then the Most High ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so that goes back to, I was dealing with somebody the other day. It says it's always talking about the arm of the Lord, right?
Right.
Okay, so look at Isaiah 53 right quick. Yeah, this for everybody out there in YouTube land.
Isaiah 53.
Right. Says he's trying to figure out who the suffering servant is. And he says nothing goes forth from him. He rising early, the angels rising early. That's the reason the prophets rising early. They rise early, bring forth the information that's being delivered, and then they go out rising early to go and bring it forth to the Israelites. So
Yeah.
Isaiah 53 and 1, it says, who have believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed. So that's the Levites, the priesthood. Let's tell you right there in verse 1 who the suffering servant is.
Yes. Yes.
The arm of the Lord is Israel, is the prophets and the priests, and the so-called children of Jerusalem. That's his arm. And so when they off, that's why they the ones they responsible. Go to Leviticus right quick, just for a minute. I give the chapter. Okay. Yeah, let me find it right quick. Yeah, well, I'll find it later. Anyway, it tells you that the priest, priest is the sin is upon the priest. And if Israel start going straight from the Lord, it's the sin is poured out upon the priesthood and Aaron's the high priest and Aaron's lineage and the Levites. They receive the wrath when Israel goes straight because they the ones receiving the word, and they have to teach the people. If they don't teach them right and they go astray, then the sin is laid upon the priesthood, the Levites. That's his arm. Everything comes to them. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna read out of Psalms.
Yeah, then I think my phone is causing all this static. I'm trying to. I'm gonna get off and try to come on my computer.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read Psalms 115. It says, "Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto the name give glory, for thy mercy and for thy truth sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, Where now is their God? But our God is in the heavens. He have done whatsoever he have pleased. Their idols are silver and gold, and the works of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they have handled not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their heart, through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusts in them. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is the helper. He is their help and their shield. Ye that fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. The Lord have been mindful of us. He will bless us. He will bless the house of Israel. He will bless the house of Aaron. See that? That's the priesthood. He keep on mentioning Aaron. He says, he will bless them that fear the Lord, both small and great. The Lord shall increase you more and more, you and your children. You are blessed. You are blessed of the Lord, which made heaven and earth. The heavens, even the heavens, are the Lord's, but the earth have he given to the children of men. The dead praise not the Lord, neither any that go down into the silence. But we will bless the Lord from this time forth forevermore. Praise ye the Lord. That was Psalms 115. And like I said, what you see on that is the Most High. He keeps saying on several occasions that he's going to bless the house of Aaron. And the house of Aaron is where the priesthood, where the high priest come from. And the house of Aaron is over the Levites. And those two entities right there are overseen in Israel. And all the oracles that come forth from heaven come to them. Then they disperse it out to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me give you an example that they coming out of Babylon, and Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
Yeah, chapter 10. I think it's in 10. Yeah. I mean chapter 10. So I'm starting at verse 1. They came back, or they came back. They had 3 excursions when they went to Babylon. 3 different groups of people was taken to Babylon, and then when they came back, 3 different groups came back. The first one was Zerubbabel and Joshua, the king and the high priest. And he had a group of captives with him, and then Nehemiah came back. Then Ezra came. So I'm dealing with the group that was with Nehemiah right here in verse Nehemiah 10. He said, now those that sealed were Nehemiah, the Tishite, and the son. And listen, all these is priests. That's why he's saying they sealed. So you see how many of them it is? And so they're not, he says in verse 9, the Levites, both Joshua, the son of Aznab, and I don't know how to pronounce these names, but he lists all these Levites. Then you get out in verse 26, 28, and the rest of the people, the priests and the Levites, porters, the singers, the Nephrim, and all they that had separated themselves from the people of the land unto the law of God, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, everyone having knowledge and having understanding, they clave to their brethren, their nobles, and they entered into a curse and into an oath to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses, the servant of God, and to observe and do all the commandments of the Lord our God, and his judgments and his statutes. And that we would not give our daughters unto the people of the land, nor their daughters to our sons. And if the people of the land bring or wear or any vegetables of the Sabbath on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath day or on the holy day, and they would leave the seventh year and execute and the exaction of every debt. So in 29 it says they clave to their brethren. That's the Levites. All the rest of the tribes, they clave to their brethren and their nobles, and they entered into a curse and into an oath to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses, the servant of God, and to observe and to do all the commandments of the Lord our God and his judgments and his brethren. So they cleave into the Levites because the Levites are the ones responsible for them getting the proper understanding, and they're the ones responsible for enforcing the law. And
Mm-hmm.
when the law is not enforced, then the wrath come down on the Levites and the priesthood.
Mm.
That's suffering servant.
So they're the ones that was bruised for our iniquity.
Right,
Okay. And the chastisement was put upon them.
right, right. And he tells you that out the gate in verse 1, chapter 1, verse 1 of chapter 53. It says, to whom are the arm of the Lord revealed. His arm is the priesthood.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm like I said, I was trying to keep everybody. We see everything that's going on around us. You know, being here on the Prophets of Awakening, we know what that is. That's the Most High and the Redeemer, the Lord of Hosts, is working out our deliverance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out in the open in front of everybody. They just most people don't, they're not connecting the dots. So I'm gonna show you. This right here is about all of a sudden now they trying to find a way to give us automatic citizenship to
Mm.
any African country. So I'm gonna play that, break it down in like two different shows.
Sessions. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so hey, decided to go ahead and do this topic that I think many people are very interested in, and it has been a hot topic across the African diaspora, where we are in limbo here and are at a place of curiosity, and that we are kind of wanting to know what is up with some of these African countries who are not really giving us, who are wanting to return in the diaspora, that citizenship. There are some that have said that either we should or shouldn't, and there's a debate that is out there of why we are not getting our citizenships when brothers and sisters who believe that we are the descendants of slaves, either we were forced to come over or we were sold over to come over here to America.
And we're trying to go back, relocate. And why is it that the governments are not giving us that citizenship? So, I invited my brother, Maximilian, to come talk about it. I was able to watch him on a video with Sister Vanessa Camby. She is on the ground in Ghana, has a YouTube channel. Go check her out if you have not. But he was passionate and got a little emotional there. Nothing wrong with us brothers getting emotional. Y'all have seen me get emotional. So, but was passionate about this. We should be acquiring our citizenship, and that he feels as though that, the governments are lacking in this area and should really bring this to the surface of discussion. I appreciate you, Maximilian, for being here, because I know I gave you a last minute notification. I also did the same to Donis Amir. But with respects to him, he is traveling over in Africa. So I left him a link, and hopefully he can surprise us and join in on this topic, being that he acquired his Sierra Leone citizenship. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and chop it up with our brother Maximilian. Welcome to the show, Maximilian.
Yo, Black, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Good to see you again.
You said about Dennis. I was on the road. He called me. I'm on the road. You see my truck's in the back window. I just parked. He's like, man, you're always on the road. Like,
yeah.
Time for you anytime, brother. I had like 30 minutes to get in. I parked my truck and sat out in the back seat so I could talk to you.
Well, we appreciate that, man, because we know everybody's busy in their day, man, and knowing that you're that entrepreneur businessman and you got to put it in, man. And I just appreciate that this last minute notification you was able to come in. But let's get into it, man, because like I said, you were discussing this very topic on Vanessa Camby's show, and you was passionate about this us from the diaspora getting citizenship, and we should not have to be denied or ignored in the demands of getting this. So go ahead, brother, share your thoughts.
Like I was trying to tell Vanessa, man, that African Americans are a special group. We're the people who, we didn't decide to come to America. Our ancestors were sitting at the house just like their ancestors were. The next thing they know, they're gone. Point of no return. And for, 400 years we spent over beat and slave. Don't you think that my ancestors wanted to go home? I know every day that they woke up, they wanted to go home. They never wanted to. So you look at it to 1968. That's when we actually got some freedom. And we just like Nigeria. We just young as them as far as African American. We hadn't had freedom. So when we finally get the freedom to come home, and I'm sure that my ancestors would say, well, I can't get home. The old slave songs they used to sing. Maybe my children can go home. Because even if I'm enslaved, wouldn't you want your child to be able to go home? And I would think as Africans, that's their sisters and brothers that were stolen. You should want your child to come home. And so, as African Americans, what we're saying, we're not asking about anybody. Now, but I shouldn't have to beg anybody to come home. If somebody stole my child, they don't have to call me on the phone saying, okay, I finally got a loose from him. Is it okay if I come home?
Yeah.
But then I set up conditions. Well, I haven't seen you in so long. You might have changed a little bit. You might have been, brainwashed by the white people. Possibly we could have been. Clearly some of us have. So is it in Africa. But in the end of the day, I'm still your child. I'm still the child of Africa. And I don't feel like I should have to make up any excuse to justify to anybody that I have a right to be at home. I'm not a European. Yes, a European should go to immigration. When did nobody steal a European?
Mm-hmm.
You see these people coming from all over the world, Europe, and vacation. Well, we should have to go through everything they went through. We didn't go through everything they went through to leave. Their ancestors are in Europe. They know where their ancestors are from. They never got stolen. And even, when I hate to say it with the Africans, when I was looking at some of the comments, all of them don't feel that way. But some people feel like, well, you really don't have a right. It's almost like what they're really saying is we know you, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Brother. But you really ain't.
Yeah.
You know, so what am I? I'm a your half brother. You know, I'm not your brother. Because, you know, as you know, I grew up as an African American. And that's a cultural thing about Africans. We were close with family. Right or wrong, we're going to stick together. You know, we do that as our family.
Yeah.
I'm Pan-African. So I extend the whole Africa to me. I'm an American because they brought me here. I don't call myself black. When I address myself, I say I'm African American. I'm African first. But if I'm going to say that, Africa should treat me like I'm Africa first. You know, I don't feel like people like, well, you got to take a blood test to prove to you. Hell, you just look at me, you know where I'm from.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Other continent in the world I can be from.
Yeah.
And so, you know, to me, I think it's kind of insulting to tell me that, well, you're Gambian, you're Nigerian. You know, I'm 46%. If I took my blood test, the DNA test, but it don't matter to me. I'm an African. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Nigerian, and 26% Congolese, and the rest is Asian and Native American. But I don't do that mean that I have a right to go to Nigeria. I may not want to go to Nigeria. Last time I checked, Nigeria is in the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I should have obligated to have to go back to Nigeria. Gambia is my place of choice because, you know, I feel that, you know, as a child who has been abused and generations of abuse, I feel like Africa should show us some compassion. To say, these people want to come home, let them come to where they're comfortable at. You know, we've been brainwashed by Europeans. Africans running through the jungle. They don't have no clothes on. They kill us. They eat people. This is what these people taught us. You know this. And I went all the way through high school. I never in my life heard anything positive about Africa from a teacher. And even these were black teachers. Way back in.
Yeah.
So, you know, I went to Jackson State University and I became educated on my culture, who I am, who the African people were, how we got here, some of the great leaders in Africa, you know, Kush and all this. You know, I educated myself. So it's not like we just decided to come, you know, go back to Africa in the last couple of days. So as a young person, I didn't know Africa existed. And some of the, you know, I knew it was there. And some of the people in Africa, and they admitted themselves, they didn't even know we were stolen. But once you find out your brother was stolen, I feel like the presidents of Africa should be going out of their way to get their people back home. Especially, you know, what I try to emphasize, and I was trying to tell Vanessa, don't think you're going to have a flood of African Americans coming to Africa. It's not going to happen.
No.
The ones that's going to come to Africa is going to be the progressive ones, like you, like Vanessa, like Dynasty. You know, it takes a special person to want to leave a place that everybody is rushing to get into. Everybody wants to be an American. I want to get the hell out of here. I've been here long enough. My ancestors have been here long enough. Y'all come all y'all want to. My point is, we want to come home, somewhere that we have never been to.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a hell of a lot of arrogance for you and your ancestors to live somewhere your whole generation and then tell me that I don't have the right to experience my own African, you know, heritage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one thing to sit with, you know, with African Americans from Mississippi and Alabama, but they're not African. From the truth of an African, the knowledge that we need to sit down with our elders, to sit down with the chieftains, you know, and let us, you know, experience some of the things they grew up knowing. So things that they take for granted, we never had the opportunity to get. And so what I'm making it short is, I feel like now we're, you know, I'm going to stop saying, I was going to say entitled. Yeah, I say entitled. Hell, I'm entitled. I'm their brother. So I'm entitled to come home. I don't have to explain to nobody that, but you know, I don't think it's the people. Like I said, I want the government to start getting active about that. Everybody's kind of keep putting it on God. Well, our society's not set up. Our infrastructure's not set up. You can't put all that on one little bitty gun.
Yeah.
Whole country. that continent. Everybody has a responsibility if we all are family. If it's Mother Africa, why we keep talking about Mother Africa's hand or one finger, which is Ghana. There's Nigeria. There's Libya. Come on. Let's talk about the whole body of Africa. Stop blaming it on Ghana. I think Ghana's done enough. It can do more. And that's why they want people to misconstrue that I was trying to down Ghana. I don't have anything. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is doing what everybody should do. That's a country that I feel that warms me. I know right now, if I snuck out on here on a boat and I showed up in Sierra Leone, they would accept me. I can't. That's an African country. I can't say that about Ghana. I can't say that about anywhere. So don't tell me you love me when well, if you get your passport from America, most of these African Americans and go to black, all of us can't get passports. I have one, but I know out of every 100 brothers I know 70 that can't get a passport for for tax reasons, or you got charged with a crime. Black people in America were 10 times more likely to get charged with a crime than a white person. You got to know about criminology, and you know what I'm talking about, old black. Yeah, so They criminalize us to keep us here. Yeah. So Africa says, well, can you come with your American passport? This is the same person stole me. And you want this man to give me some papers?
These are valid points, man. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. I definitely am seeing your life in the situation. I also see some other things.
Any comments so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever heard that? I didn't understand what he was saying, but he was saying if Africa don't give us permission to come, how do you expect our captors? And this is the first time I heard the phrase they criminalize us, or they have things that they can hold against us so that they won't give us a passport.
I think right. What you have to understand about that is they got our books. They already know this is gonna happen. So they already got stuff in place to try to divert it.
Right, but you
already know what's up with us.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that? Go ahead.
Now go ahead.
Do you feel that there's getting ready to be a shift?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. They're gonna have to be. They're gonna have to. Take all that stuff off of us to let us go. Because most of the ones that want to go is the ones that they got all these. You got them jacked up in some kind of way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's child support, whether it's a felony or whatever, them the ones that's waking up.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what so it's gonna have to come a time where, like he said, it's like if your parents, if you get locked up in jail, and you 18, 17, your parents gonna come to the jailhouse to get you. So Africa all parents. 14 countries, they're gonna have to come and make some kind of stand and say that, make some kind of bargain with America and tell them that we gotta, we
want our children back.
Yeah, the ones that want to come, you gotta take them little shackles you got on them off.
Right.
Now the ones that want to stay, they can stay, but the ones that want to come back, give them an opportunity to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's getting ready to happen. We're gonna talk about that a little more at the show.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start back letting me play a little more. Okay.
Things that I think that should be precautionary measures taken. I think there should be a vetting process, because of the fact that, if you want to go by the word foreigner, okay, we are foreign to Africa. A lot of us are, right. And foreign means nothing more than, something that's unfamiliar, or strange, so we do know that there are those type of people who have come into the continent of Africa, who have caused some issues in certain prospective countries that are there. And when we talk about the government's fear of just giving out, some citizenship, I mean, just like America, there should be a vetting, there should be background, there should be, if you try to get American citizenship, you got to go through a class, you got to take a test, first you got to get that green card, and then you got to go through the process of all those things there. So I think there should be that in place. Now, you mentioned Ghana, and Ghana has been here in the last couple of years giving citizenship. I think they're up to about 300 and something, and they said they want to go ahead and start building those numbers. When I was there just back in October, I met a couple brothers who actually are charging that up, who are connected with the president and his associates, who are spearheading that project. That they are taking the names, putting them on the applications, and submitting them there to the top, so that the brothers and sisters can get it. So, but there's a lot of brothers and sisters who's been on the ground that's 30, 40 years that have been there waiting on this. And so prior to His Excellency President Akufo-Addo, he prior to him, who was the previous president, who actually activated this whole process of giving the citizenship. But I believe that, because we are foreign to the ways of Africa, and each country has its own ways of government, tribes, languages, policies, way of life, that we need to be indoctrinated into that system. And so, because you do have those, we talk about Burkina Faso, that happened to the American brother just 3 months ago, got shot and killed because, he behaved in a way and approached a military facility, ignored the warnings, shot, killed. And I think these are the fears that the government have, not only with that, but with the ignorance that we may come with. Because like I said, without mentioning names, there are those that are out there who have a total disrespect for the African culture. You know what I'm saying? And that when we have these people who have these platforms like this, and we know that these people are watching, citizens are complaining, they are taking it to their heads, and they screaming, "Don't let these people are crazy,"
Go Black. You keep saying it. Those people that you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about too. If there would have been more African Americans there, we would have ran them fleet bags out of that country. They were scammers. We knew they were scammers. Just like the people come over from Nigeria to America. We don't call all Nigerians scammers, but people try to portray all Nigerians as scammers. I know a lot of brothers that bust got good business today. Some of my best friends are Nigerian. But yeah, sometimes, every time you see he's scamming.
Yeah.
Why is that, brother? So you get this one idiot that moves to a foreign country, don't know how to shut her mouth up in a country, disrespecting the people that live in that country. She should have been ran out of the country.
Well, hold up.
I think she was thrown out of the country. First thing, you're visiting there. And we're trying to get citizenship. Why would you go there and insult the people that live in that country? Well, I'll just say Gambia. I'm not going to mention a person, but we know
right. Yeah, we know what you're talking about, yeah.
And that took a lot for you to sit over here when you sit there, Go Black, the Black Haters of Gambia. Tons of people over there trying to get citizens, trying to prove our way, and you get your ignorant tail up on there and disrespect those people. You could do that here. I'm ashamed of her. I know you're pissed off about it, but she's an idiot anywhere she goes. And most African Americans did not like that. They said African Americans laughed at. I was not laughing at that. How dare you say you're from Atlanta and come over there and represent yourself like that? Nobody I know in Atlanta will talk about Atlanta like that. They won't talk about anywhere in Africa like that, especially if you got your dumb butt sitting there in the country with everybody else trying to build businesses there, trying to build a relationship. No wonder the president looked at her. But he should have looked at her and not all of us. The same way I look at him. I don't look at the whole Nigerian continent.
But let me say this right here, brother. With the fiasco that was happening with the other brother and a couple of sisters, right? Then all of a sudden, recently, there was a report out there that one of the others who was scamming was arrested. Now, all they say is it takes one bad apple to spoil the whole bunch. It's always the few who mess it up for the masses. It's just how it is. And so,
well, brother, we can interrupt you one more time. We talking about millions of people moving back and forth. If you gonna judge us by one person, you might as well just let us stay where we at. Because
exactly.
Africa's got some bad people in their group. Now, I don't want to keep interrupting. I do think that we should have to go to the embassy of whatever country we choose here in America, do a background check. I think that's okay. Now, because I don't want no drug dealer, scammer coming over in my country. But once that Gambia says, okay, he checks out with us, the embassy says, not upstate citizen in America, you come on. They would have known they were scammers before they let them over here. If they would have did a background check in America on them, if you would have had to go to the embassy. I'm not saying that you just say show up in that country and get a citizenship. Yeah, but I don't believe I should have to deal with America. I believe I should have the country of my choice.
Yeah.
Now, if they got a problem with me, hey, that's fine. There's 53 other countries you might take. They have to on a basis of lower than a poor character. Come on, nobody wants anybody in their country of poor character. Nobody does.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we could have weeded those people out. Even some of the people in Ghana, it's got all this uproar. If you would have went through their background, they could have been weeded out too.
Well, here's the thing too, because it's just not those coming to live; it's those who's coming to visit, who's tarnishing and bad mouthing, and getting some of the local people upset. We've had some of those who came into Ghana. Won't mention any names. They were sharing their experience and stuff, but they have ridiculed and have put some bad words and mouth against the system. And so when we're talking about this, we have to understand that one individual can spoil it for everybody. And yes, we should not have to label a whole entire race of African Americans in the behavior of a small few. But and I know that's just the way the world operates. It's like when the terrorist act went off, all the Muslims was feeling the heat. The Arabs were feeling the heat when they had to travel from country to country, and they was being, extra looked at and mistreated in different forms and fashions. But I'm with you on that. But my thing is that, yes, there should be a vetting process, because there are those who have come to this continent and have behaved in certain ways that it has probably put a cloud over the heads of us we're being questioned. And let me speak on this too right here, and I'll let you go ahead and respond, because you did make mention when you were on Candy's video, so yeah, that how the government may feel threatened by us. Expound on that when you were saying that the government may feel like we're gonna come in a certain way. Go ahead and expound on that.
Well, and I'm not gonna say all government.
Right.
I'm gonna use Ghana for an example. I don't feel like he would be threatened by us. I think he's really from Britain. He's got a British education. He knows who we are.
Yeah.
He's a good brother. He's the one that welcomes us. So I really don't have anything bad to say about Ghana. I'm just saying they could work on our citizenship. But he's like the president of Ghana is like the uncle I never had. I think he makes all African Americans feel that way.
Yeah.
Then we go to the Gambia. This brother ain't really spoke to none of the diaspora. He's the president. I've never seen him come out yet to address the diaspora trying to move back to Africa. Clearly he sees all these videos. And it's a reason that he doesn't want us there. Because, you know, sometimes when you got people lockstep, and I'm not saying that's what somebody took wrong what I said, that people in Africa are not intelligent. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we are the Americans, you know, we're going to challenge you a little bit. Hey sir, you know, that road still ain't fixed now. You know what I mean? I see you out the left there. We still ain't got no gravel on this road. And I got a business over here, and my clients, you know, still don't have adequate transportation to get to work. You follow what I'm trying to tell you?
That's what they fear. They fear
that we're gonna stand up, and that's because that's the type of person I am. Because if something as bad as happened to one person, it's happening bad to me. Like in the gamut of sex trade, I'm not blaming that. I'm blaming that on the government. You know, you got these pedophiles coming over here. I'm not saying everybody from Europe is a pedophile, but there are some.
Yeah.
You should be working with the British government, the American government to put these folks in jail. And so what I'm saying that the government knows we're gonna push for stuff like that. Because if I see a white man with a child, after I get through whooping him, he going to jail.
Okay.
And so when you start getting people like us there, that, you know, when Europeans come over there and talk down to you, we don't stand for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Europeans know that about us. Because I've been to Africa. You've been there too. And I'm not talking about all Africans, because some Africans do stand up for themselves. But I see a European go pretty much talk to somebody like they slave. Excuse me, they call you. How long I need to wait for this? You know, I had to check somebody in Africa about that. And I said, who are you talking to, lady? Oh, I'm sorry. But she looked at me and she could tell I was American the way I looked at her. So I think sometimes that some of the leaders don't want that kind of influence coming into Africa, that fight back influence. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it starts affecting their pockets, the Europeans.
Which was going to bring me to this right here on that. We know that we have had to live our whole entire lives around the European. We being the minority, supposedly, them being the majority.
Now we know who they are. We know what's up with them. That's what that is.
Right. Exactly.
We know that when we have a different feel about the Chinamen, the Europeans, the Indians, and that what impact does that have when we come to the continent? We become very vocal. You know, I'm quite sure the fear is, you know, what division will we cause? You know, some of us, you know, that are coming over have no affiliation with maybe some of the local religions, whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity. I've seen it on my channel as well, you know, that and across this YouTube, you know, family thing, that we tend to browbeat certain groups, certain ways of life, and that, you know, to take that, I got some of that Western mentality or the bias and prejudice, it will cause devastation in a place if we come with those type of attitudes. Because yes, we have that vocal ability to express ourselves in ways that can cause some issues, which we have seen on YouTube, those different issues that are at hand when it comes to tearing each other up, arguing, fucking, fighting, you know, and then it's like, man, because now when you talk about citizenship now, Maximilian, I'm not sure, I haven't researched it, to what benefit does that award you? Are you able to run for a political position? Are you able to hold that a seat or what have you? You know, I don't know, but that might be a fear as well, that we will come and turn things upside down, or, you know, have a disregard for the people who are there. You know, because my thing is, we got to know the language before we talk about. To me, you should be at least aware and educated on the people. That's why I say it should be a practice to me.
Well, now, when you talk about getting elected, what is the key word you just used? Elected.
Well, I never used the word elected.
Well, you know, you said you're gonna run for political office. You have to be elected to political office, right?
Okay. Well, I was saying holding seat. You can be in, yes, holding a position, and that position could be anything. That could be working at the federal building in the post office as a supervisor. As it could be anywhere.
Well, you know, live in a society together. You should have. I don't think we're all Africans. Let's go back to this the first point. If I'm your brother, I'm your brother. I'm not gonna, like I said about the front yard and the backyard. You know, I have 3 children. Someone there, the other one.
Okay, any comments?
Shalom, shalom.
Okay.
Okay. See, Leonard, this is why the truth is so important, because as they are going back and forth debating about what kind of life we're going to have there in Ghana or wherever in Africa we go, will the people accept us? Well, when you understand the truth of why you have, you know what I'm saying, you just, how they're going to treat us,
Yeah, you
what
breaking up.
position. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you breaking up, bro. Keep going.
When you know the truth of why we have to go back to Africa, what they are discussing is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You understand? It's like,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'll
Go
stop.
ahead. Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
just saying they are saying they're trying to figure out, is it, is it really worth going back, and what type of lifestyle are we going to have there? And that's not our concern.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We know that we have to go. So, and I don't know about the people that you talk to, but anybody that I talk to and I mention I'm excited to go back to Africa,
Right.
they think something wrong with me.
Right. Exactly. Right. It's just like when you same thing when you say about the New Testament and Jesus, the same thing. But you have to remember the Most High keep on saying he have an elect or chosen,
Right. Yes.
and then it goes
Yes.
back to, like I said, it goes back to every time the Most High, when he comes to Israel to deal with Israel, it's a wicked ass fig there. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's always remember it's a good fig and a bad fig. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
he's coming to separate that good fig and put him over here, just like he did Adam. He put Adam in the garden. So he's gonna put them over there. He's gonna deal with the other figs. So a lot of times, this is a perfect example of what I was saying about you sitting there with your eyes wide open. Let them hold that little conversation. You there for a whole nother reason. If
Right.
that time ever present itself that you have to expose that to them, then you do. But 9 times out of 10, you ain't got to reveal that.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
just
I don't. I'm just, yeah,
right,
exactly. It's kind of like, I just, well, I used to feel some kind of way, but
right,
you know, since being in this class and under your tutelage, I know how to just hold it in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Right.
I must be
'Cause
breaking up.
yeah, you can go. You can. It's just like going
I
to
so
you're in a taxi in New York and you got $200,000 in a bag. You gonna tell the taxi driver you got $200,000 in your bag?
No.
Yeah, that's how that is. You gonna get knocked in
mm-mm,
the head. You just gonna get in there and just tell him where you going. You ain't got nothing else to tell him. You ain't got nothing
okay.
else
Just
to say.
go for the ride.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
so my thing is this here. I'm gonna kind of jump forward on this. The name of the video is "Should the Citizenship Be Immediately Granted?" Notice the word immediately. So there's the push. Should the citizenship be immediately granted to blacks in the diaspora? It's an hour and 35 minutes. I'm gonna jump forward, but the thing I want to say about this that a lot of people don't know nothing about. See, this conversation been going on a long time. Like I said, way back when Mosai first started dealing with me, they got all these different guys. And one time they had this dude named David DeWitt back in 07. I was looking at it, and he was it was a bunch of military dudes, you know, special forces and all that. They wanted to go to Africa, and they was asking the African government in America to get the African government or make a plea with them to give them a certain like maybe 1,000 miles with a coastline on it. And they want to you ain't got to give them nothing else. They was going to start building. They wanted African America. They want to build an African American country over in Africa. If anybody wanted, any other African Americans or wanted to come there, they can come there. Or Africans that in other parts of Africa want to come there, they can come there. Like, I seen like 4 or 5 different situations like that. But the thing is this: Liberia, and I think Sierra Leone too is African American countries. They were these back in the day. They gave a certain amount of African Americans free passage back to Africa to build those, you know, to build Liberia.
Right.
But they went over there. They sent you know, they sent spies over there to make sure that it undermined it. They didn't want to be successful because we've been wanting to leave here.
Right.
So my thing is this: you got 2 African American countries already there. So you got Sierra Leone and Liberia.
Yes, Sierra Leone.
Them African American countries. They were started by African Americans that they released from here.
Right.
And even more so, they knew they was Israelites. That's why they got them out of here, because they didn't want it to do like it's doing now. They were trying to usurp. They were trying to usurp the movement. So they say, you want to go. They got them all out of here. Yeah.
Even though they undermined it, Garvey, you know.
Yeah, they undermined them, but the thing about it is, like I'm saying, is you would say a place like Gambia and all those other little countries that's, you know, like he was saying about the roads and this and that. Well, you got 2 African American countries over there that's already got a jump start on all that. You know what I'm saying? And so, so like I was saying before, you just trying to get your foot in the door.
Right.
Once you get in the door, they already got this African free trade area. All that's already going. All you got to do is get your foot in there, and then from there you can find somewhere else. You know, find wherever you want to go to move around.
Go to another country over there.
Yeah, 2 African American countries already there. That's been there. Yeah. So.
Right, but you notice notice that they are not lifting up those countries as choices. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's where you do your homework here. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they come in at, because you know they ain't gonna tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play a little more of this.
So Leonard, I remember something else I wanted to share, and that is when they were talking about. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is, I don't think that any person that has criminal charges or anything against them in America, I don't think that should stick, because we are among wicked people, and most of the blacks that have charges against them, the charges have been trumped up against them. They're not there. Most of them charges are false anyway.
Yes. Right. Yes. Right. Hallelujah on that one. Yes.
I think like he was saying, like the brother Maximilian was saying, let it be left up to the African country, not to the American people.
That's right.
Go to the embassy and let it be made up. Let the decisions be made through the Africans and the African Americans, because He said, like you saying, you asking somebody that the main killed, raped, and did everything else to you.
Yes. Yes.
To validate somebody.
Yeah, you already know what they're gonna say.
Right.
Right.
And I'm
So
going
Right.
so far as to say that any charges that was against them are dropped even before they present themselves to the African embassy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
right. Well. When it comes to that, I think, like he was saying, they gotta check that person out. At least, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because like he was saying, look at all the havoc they causing over there. 2-3 people causing over in Gambia.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
They was causing that kind of havoc
right,
when they
right.
was in the States.
Yeah, they causing the same havoc. So some people, yeah, you gotta. I mean, it's like if they got a criminal record, you looking at what they doing now, what their countenance is now. You know, make that decision. But if they, you see they doing this and doing that, and then they ain't made no changes. You know, I wouldn't want them over there either.
Okay, then, but what about the fact that our God have to clean us up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He behind all that.
Good fit, bad fit.
Yeah, he behind that. Yeah, if you end up over there, then he behind it. It's like he
Okay.
said, you kicking
Is that
against the
applicable for?
bricks. You
Is
kicking
that
against the
applicable?
bricks. It's like,
Is,
go ahead.
is that applicable to the ones that's there? And we know who this Maximilian was talking about when he said that woman was over there talking about.
Right.
Okay, so would that be applicable to her as well? Because
Yeah,
to
that's what
me,
he's saying.
she
That's
has
what he's
she
saying.
has an addiction problem. It appears to
Yes.
me anyway.
Right. That's what he was saying. If they'd have vetted them, then they would have knew.
Ah.
They didn't get it vetted. They went on there with all the drama. So that's what that's all I'm saying too. You see what I mean? You gotta do some kind of a lot of people you're gonna see with little bitty misdemeanor stuff. No, that ain't no problem. But if you see some major stuff they didn't done, then check them out.
Yeah. So now the inquiry was, and I want to be clear that the Lord of Hosts would clean her up, and is that what we're saying here?
Yeah. If like he said, if it's already been written down or dang that it's gonna happen, then yeah, go clean her up.
Okay.
But that's over or anybody that's over our pay grade.
Right. I get that, but I just wanted to be clear on that question.
Right.
Because she don't speak for all of us here in America.
Absolutely.
She does not.
No.
Right.
Because
And
I
then you
didn't
gotta
like what
look
she
at
was saying either.
right.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta look at the fact too, like I was saying before, 2,500 years, like the brother was saying, 400 years they did everything on the sun to us. But as Israelites, we was kicked out of our land 2,500 years ago, 3,000 years ago. Now you got some clown doing the most when it's time for us to get ready to go.
Right.
I ain't trying to do that.
I mean, but also let's not put it past the American government that they will actually send people that are plants they're being paid to act a fool. We you know what I'm saying? America is not gonna America is Pharaoh. They're not just gonna let us go without any drama.
Right.
And just like they pay people they was paying people to come into these protests for the Black Lives Matter to cause
Right.
and to make black people look a certain kind of
Yeah,
way.
your phone doing the most.
But like you say, you're gonna look up and those people gonna be missing.
To Africa, and I still need the cleaning up of the Lord of Hosts. You know what I'm saying? But they've had it, so yeah. We just thank God for the Lord of Hosts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. It's all
He gonna clean it up in his time.
He gonna do what he gotta do because like I say, he ain't finna let no one monkey stop no show that's been been prophesied about for 2,500 years, 3,000 years. It ain't finna go down like that.
Right.
So yeah. So
Fret not.
I'm gonna play a little more of this, and then we're gonna, like I said,
For a
you want to
moderate
watch it.
people.
This
We travel all throughout the continent, moved about and all that right there. But to call ourselves these names from countries that the Europeans have named, I think it's like my man Max said, my skin color tells you I'm from here. Why is it that I have to be from this country and not be recognized as an African?
Okay, so your question, right? I agree with you 100%. The ancestry result, African ancestry results link you to a tribe in Africa. It doesn't just link you to region. It links you to a tribe in Africa. That's why I respect the African ancestry results, because it links you to a tribe in Africa. Even in Liberia now, right? We have Liberians, we have other Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans, Nigerians, and Ivorians who have naturalized themselves in Liberia. You understand? We have a guy serving a top position in the present government. He's Nigerian. You can be from Sierra Leone and still naturalize yourself in Liberia. You understand?
Yeah.
You can be from Liberia and still go to Nigeria and naturalize yourself. But you have to know if that country accepts dual citizenship. You understand?
Mike, is this right here? Let me say this right here. Is that, we have been raped by the slave master. We have been we have mixed our blood with different nationalities, and yet we're going to depend on a DNA to try to match us with their database, because mine came from African ancestry too. They say that I'm from the Bamaleke tribe over in Cameroon. So, but my thing is that, should that be a validation? Should that be to say that, okay, you gotta have in your DNA when?
No, I'm not saying you have to have. I was just giving you options. And I said another option I said was, if, like, for example, I see a lot of African Americans moving to Rwanda, right? I followed what their name, the family, I just forgot their name. They went and met with the foreign affairs minister in Rwanda, right? And even I saw a video that the president said something about giving citizenship up. The right thing to do is to start, if you guys are in majority in a country, you have to start lobbying around, petitioning this government. You have right to Africa, you understand? No government will look at you and say they know you are African American. It's already they're African. So they know that. But there were laws that were in place before now. They've been in place 4 or 5 years, thousands of years ago. So to twist these laws, you have to go through the representative, you have to go through what this thing mean, government officials, lawmakers, for them to be able to amend these laws. You understand? Liberia has a law that only a descendant of Negro, a descendant of a black person or Negro descent can be a citizen in Liberia. You understand? And if you leave Liberia, if you leave Liberia and get another citizenship, you cannot be a Liberian. I have my son in America. When I had my son in America, I was still a Liberian citizen. But now we are fighting to have the laws in Liberia, even the present Maserati senator, all his financial support came from the Liberians abroad, because we're trying for him to petition. They already had it on the floor. And even this gone election in Liberia, they had the referendum that people were voting upon for them to have dual citizenship. Not only for Liberians in America, but for every Liberian that leaves Liberia and got citizenship somewhere else. We're pushing that. So just imagine, I'm from Liberia. I was born in Liberia. I just came to America 10 years. Now I cannot have that because I'm an American citizen or I'm a naturalized American citizen. I can't have that. So there are a lot of things we're trying to push. So if we who were born there, we're pushing these things, talk less of you who have been been gone for over 400 years. You have to also gather yourself to push some things for laws to be changed around. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we get you. Appreciate that, Fanta. Definitely, it's good to know some things that's going on in Liberia. And yeah, you know, hey, if you want to come,
You get Maximilian.
Right there, you're going to have to petition the government to be able to make your way. But Max, go ahead. What you was going to say?
Go Black. I have to interject here with Fanta. The last time I checked the history of Liberia, it was founded by African Americans. Am I correct? Okay, so let's be very careful when we say them. You guys, you are us.
Come on.
Your people are my people. The same country you live in right now that you saying that we should have to come check in, you check in as an African American the same way I did.
Oh my.
So we're not them people. We're the same people.
Yeah.
That American flag you have, that one star, you're that 53rd state that it is, Liberia. They brought us back and took it. You are the same as me, sitting in a country telling me that was founded by my ancestors and your ancestors.
Right.
And there are laws and there are rules. The same laws that brought you there ought to be to bring me in. You didn't have no paperwork with you.
All right,
let me answer you. This is the thing. I told you I'm from my father, my ancestor came from Mali, right? Ask any Liberian. Not because the African American founded Liberia, they met a lot of tribes on ground. When you go to Liberia, those that came from America, they call them the American Liberians. You understand? We have six tribes that are in Liberia, outside American Liberians. So if you go those that came from abroad, from the US, they are called American Liberians. I'm from the Mandingo tribe. And the Mandingo tribe in Liberia got their citizenship in the 80s from President Samuel Bryant. You understand? So, wait, let me finish. So, I'm only trying to make things easy. I understand your point. I'm just trying to make for you to look at another option, which is easier for you.
No, why we got even
there are a lot of people, African Americans,
have an option
getting their citizenship. There are a lot of other diaspora.
What's that? Somebody say something?
Why do we even have to? Yeah, what I'm saying, if Liberia was founded by African Americans being released to go back, then why do African Americans coming there now need to go through so much to prove their citizenship, to get citizenship there? Right. That's why I say this is Pharaoh. This is Pharaoh. He got all kind of hoops and loops. Even though he say he letting us go to then be entangled in some more hoops and loops.
Well, this is an old system. This what they dealing with, they're encountering right now is an old system that kept the African American separated from the African continent. But what we see happening now, they open up. That's what's going on. All right.
American from Britain and America that went to Gambia, they are pushing in to petition the government in Gambia to give them citizenship. So I'm just trying to make things easy for you. That's what I said. Even we, the Liberians that left Liberia, we're still trying to push something in Liberia for dual citizenship. So to make this matter easy for you is if you know where you want to go, if you people are in number, all you have to do is petition the government.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
Appreciate that. Good information. I mean, she makes a very good point. Thank you very much, Fanta, for joining.
You're welcome.
Take care. I mean, she makes a good point. I mean, hey, you know, if you have any desires or requests, you got to go petition the government. And so we know that, you know, there are those that are, Blackstead is one of them who has petitioned the government to go ahead and change up their ways of handling the citizenships for those who are coming back. You know, Africans are just not coming back to Africa. I mean, African Americans, this ain't something new. I've met brothers and sisters that's been over in Africa for 30, 40 years. I'm talking about groups of them. And I'm like, why did y'all send us the memo back here to America? I never knew y'all was here. Now, I knew a little bit about Liberia's history and all that right there. Because, yeah, there was those issues when the so-called white folks had the, escape me now. The thing they was assisting to help send Black Africans back to Liberia.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, there was some issues in history when there became some fighting and whatever among the people who were tribal people that were there. But in saying that, we're back to our subject of really, why can't the countries issue citizenships? And we got a couple more people. You got anything, Max, to add to that right there? We got a couple.
It's just that Liberian hit me kind of cold right there, because if anybody ought to stand the flight of African Americans, Liberians should understand it better than anybody in this world. Because, like I said, they fly the American flag. And they are the diaspora. So and people always make the joke. You see what happened in Liberia, right? Yeah, we do see what happened in Liberia. The white folks brought us there and governed us and want us to govern themselves under the same way they govern themselves.
Right, exactly. It stays.
So the Liberians are views of why Black people can't make it. Liberia's a good country now because they govern themselves. But when they originally brought us there, they just dropped us off the boat. Leave these Negroes over in Africa and get on back to business.
Right.
So look how Liberia rebuilt once they start doing things by themselves. So I feel like just like Liberia can do it, African Americans can trip to any country that we go to.
Right.
Hell, we built the country on.
Yeah. Right. Let's go to Wise, Nubian. YouTube. What's up, my brother?
Greetings, brother. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Good. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, brother. I don't want to sound derogatory or anything, but if you know me, and any of you all know who I am, you know that I have a very Strickland type attitude toward the way our people are confronting the motherland. Okay, we need to let go of all Caucasian culture that is basically being pushed in our way of life.
Amen.
And when we go to the motherland, we have to shed off all that European nonsense that caused us to lose our mind in the first place, because we are under strict poison. And I won't say stability, but whatever the word is, opposite of stability, because we are in a very unpopular situation. I don't think we should take the Western concepts over to the motherland. I don't think the people over in the motherland need to be practicing European culture. Who is that at the door?
Right. He didn't shake his, did he?
Hello?
Oh, man.
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for adding me. I just want to add a couple key points. Right now, I'm in Shanghai, China. I've been living here for the past 10 years, and I do import-export, and I do business between China and Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. And I just want to add a little bit here when we're talking about citizenship. I don't think the conversation should be about citizenship for us, but rather citizenship for our children, like eight or younger. Because right now the American passport allows me to do things globally, right? Like, for example, I buy things in Nairobi and I sell it in Germany. I go to trade shows in Indonesia, right? So why would I give up my American passport and citizenship when I could do business globally, selling African products, importing, exporting between China and Kenya right now at the moment? So, and I have a business partner in Nairobi, Kenya, and I've been there 6 or 7 times already. So I think the conversation really should be establishing business, building the economy there, and then having something for our children. Because when we're talking about wealth and wealth creation, there's better opportunities here in China, Eastern Europe, for example. I got a business license here. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I pick and choose the topic. It's up to you.
Okay. You're right.
Be what you want. It's what I choose it to be. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's another day. Email me at goafrica@gmail.com if you want me to cover some subject matter. But right now, we're going to go ahead and talk about the citizenship. I appreciate you, brother. So we just go ahead and move on.
Go Black. Handle it.
All right. So, Matt.
Yeah.
We got one more.
My phone is breaking up a little bit, so it's coming in and out on Go Black.
Yeah.
You can let somebody in. It's straight.
I gotta. And we got. I'm gonna do this right here too. For those who want to get in the chat right there, you're gonna have to show your face. All right, you're gonna have to show who you are. That's how I typically do, because this is a topic and a subject matter for us, by us. So make sure that when you are in the chat, in the back room, please show your face. All right. Go ahead, Job Power Universe. Do I got muted? You got yourself. Okay.
Yeah, myself muted. Hey, the brother right there kept talking about he could do better in China, man. That's the problem. See, we in America can see what all of these other groups doing, their agenda. So when they go to Africa, that's what I always teach. I say, brothers and sisters, when we go there, we need to get inside our brothers and sisters' ear and teach them that knowledge of what we learned in the West. And because just like Go Black said, they understand those other groups. They truly don't. And they think that they friend. And that's just not true. They come to Africa with agendas. I heard the brother JT say, and I think I heard Go Black say, how the other groups go into Ghana, buying a bunch of land, and then when we come, they try to charge us 60,000, the same amount of money. Brother Max was saying $80,000. We can get that in America. You see what I'm saying? And so with the citizenship thing, I do believe it need to be a process to that. Because a lot of us don't know the language. They don't even understand African culture. These people out here not studying. They not studying. They want to go to Africa, but you got the people. Y'all got to get in them books. Go start watching the news in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So you will understand the African culture a lot better. So when you get there, it just won't be, you don't know nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Study African languages, period.
Power, and you're absolutely right. Because people always ask me, where are you going to settle down? Where's going to be your base place at? Where are you going to? And I'm like, there's a lot of research and homework I do before I'm just going to lay my head somewhere. There's some things that are on my list that I want to make sure that I understand. When you're talking about the approach of a country, you better know, hey, how to do business, how the government is, how the people are, the culture, the religions, and all that right there. I see that not judge off of one and make it for all, but boy, do they make it hard, man. When it makes that one bad up, makes it hard for the whole bunch.
Both there.
Yeah. So, bro, hey, I appreciate you, brother.
Man, I love talking to you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it rain on your page, babe. You have to make it rain on. You have to send me some money. Then you had me working.
Hey, man, ain't no problem, brother. Ain't no problem.
No,
Oh, I know. Hey, I was messing with you because like I tell people right here, I don't need the money. But I love the people who give from a gracious heart.
I would do the Go Black thing like the dude, but like you said, dude in Kenya was doing, like making them finger signs.
Making them gang signs.
Go Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody got any comments?
Shalom, shalom.
Okay.
What was the guy saying about China?
Oh, he's just saying about if you're trying to make money or do business, it's more business opportunities in China. So he
Okay.
He way off the topic.
He way off the topic. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he came in off the topic. Yeah. So anybody else got any comments on what was said at the end? Yeah. So yeah, I want to play this right here, and then we're gonna I got one other thing I'm gonna talk about, then we'll close out. Like I said, what my objective is I'm trying to, just like connecting dots, I'm trying to keep you informed of what's going on in Africa. Because believe it or not, that's where we headed. Here we go.
For checking me out. My name is Eko Simpson. If this is your first time of checking out my videos, kindly subscribe so you can get more from my channel. It wasn't too long that Dr. Arikana made the announcement that there will be a construction of Wakanda City. And people were asking, Eko, this is said to be done in Cape Coast. Where exactly in Cape Coast is this Wakanda City going to be built? And I was like, I don't know. But a few days ago, I was invited by Nana Obokese. He is one of the pioneers, or he's one of the people championing this project with Dr. Arikana of ADDI. So yes, I met them. When I say them, there was a delegation from the United States and then from the UK who came to join the delegations in Ghana to, visit some proposed sites or locations for the construction of Wakanda City. So this video was going to give you a little bit of what happened whilst moving around scouting for the proposed area that is going to be used for the construction of this Wakanda City.
So you meet Elder Duku, who's also, he's my family. So you're the he's the head of the Kwana family
Since January started, a lot of stuff has picked up. So me myself, I'm looking at 2021 going to be a major year.
So just slowly, whatever you see on both ends, all the way, it's Wakanda City.
I think that we all know our mission, and as we spoke before, this is a very historic embarkation that we are about to partake in. And now that we actually have the vision in sight of what the land looks like, I think it was important that we stop here because we're on high ground. And being on high ground, it takes a high thought, high vision, and to be able to picture this. I was fortunate enough to also be an artist too, and one of the things I appreciate about being an artist is that you can look at a blank piece of canvas, and you can have what you have in your mind, and then you can also put it there. Now we're all artists.
It doesn't mean that it's all up to, like I've been saying, it's all up to us. But at least this is land that you can still prepare. Exactly.
Yes, but the understanding was that we'll do 2,500 here.
Okay. And then another
spot which we will go from here.
Okay. Very good.
Now I see what that brother mean about dirt roads.
Yeah. I deal with that dirt road to get the hell out of here.
I will make you smell my perfume.
Me too.
I want you and nobody else. Nobody else is for me hot, coming so hot. And I end up
yeah, as you can see, they ain't just talking. They edit. Yeah, they edit. And they can say them Chinese can pretty much build a city in a month. So don't let that fool you, cause they ain't started. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Any comments? We got one more thing to share. Anybody got any comments?
It's just the more, the more we watch these videos, the more it just kind of builds and an excitement and an expectation, you know what I'm saying,
right.
of being there.
Right. Exactly. Right. So yeah, because like I was saying before, it's we right there. A lot of people don't know that, but we right there. So just another thing right here. I mean, if somebody want a copy of this, if they don't have it, I think it was sent to Messenger. But if you don't have a copy of this, what I'm gonna show you right here. This let me get this right quick. Yeah, see this form right here. It was sent to me, and I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna read. It's a list of all the stuff that's getting ready to happen. By the New World Order, plan the New World Order got in place, and we already know that we gotta leave here. We're going to West Africa because they want to use us like they use us in Babylon. They want to use us like they use us in Egypt, because he says the Most High already made it plain that there's no civilization that's going on the planet that's going to prosper without us being there. So Esau understand that. So what I got right here in my hand, this form, it's like I said, it says the New World Order plan for the date is from the 12th of 12/20, December 20th, which already passed, to 12/21, right? So here we go. In December 12/20 is what they got planned is field hospitals are set up in each county. We already looking at that. So what they mean by that, you got counties, and then in every state, then you got parishes. In Louisiana, where I'm at, we got parishes. So every parish got a seat. You might have a bunch of little small towns, but you got one town in that parish or in that county that's the seat. So they're saying right here in December 21 is going to be field hospitals, which is like hospitals in a tent, like military tents. When the military go to the field, they have hospitals set up in tents. That's what a field hospital is. So we see that already happening because so many COVID cases, they have to build tents, hospitals outside the hospital to deal with some of the people. And they even got morgues, trailer morgues. They putting bodies in. So we're already looking at that. So what they got scheduled for January 2021, which is where we at right now, is full lockdown. Let me say that again. Full lockdown. All jobs gonna stop. All business is gonna be closed. We looking at that because we see what's going on. They rushed the Capitol last week, and they got plans to bum rush every capital in America in every state, and bum rush the Capitol in Washington D.C. And just for a side note,
they got plans to do what to the Capitol, Leonard?
They're gonna charge the Capitol again, Washington D.C. But this time they want to charge every capital in every state, and the capital of in Washington D.C. too. That's these Trump supporters. So when you understand that, I was watching a video. I was watching a video the other day where all those people that was doing the most down in D.C. on January the 6th, they still there. They still got the motel rooms and all that. They still there. So anyway, so we see that manifesting itself. They want full lockdown, all jobs stop, all businesses closed. I mean, like I said, you do with this what you want. You know, I'm just reading it out. And if you want to get a copy of it, like I said, I think it's on. Somebody sent it out on Messenger. I know everybody not on Messenger. So February 21 was playing this. They want to reform all the benefits, VA benefits, Social Security. Now they want to reform it. So you know what that means. So March 2021, they have new.
What do you mean by reform?
Go look at it again and see if they need. They're gonna cut the rates, what you get. Benefits, Social Security, VA, all the benefits that people get, food stamps. They're gonna go and look at it. They're gonna look at it. March 2021, they want. It said a new infection, COVID-21, different strains, much more deadly than the COVID-19. We're already looking at that. They're already telling you that right now, that it's new strands out there from in Great Britain, saying it started in Great Britain. And this morning I was looking at where they're saying that it's in a couple of states. It's a new strain.
Okay.
So if it's a new strain, it can't be called COVID-19. You got to be calling something else, COVID-21 or COVID-20. And he's telling you right here, that's what they're gonna play. That's what they got playing for March. They got playing new infection, COVID-21, a different strain, much more deadly than COVID-19. For April, they got hospitals unable to cope with the COVID vaccine. COVID vaccine is available. Then May 21, governments set new payment structures for workers, including a new minimum wage going to come on the scene. Biden told you that. Biden said that day before yesterday. He want a new minimum wage of $15 an hour, and he wants that implemented within his first 100 days. So July 21, national civil unrest takes off. Local governments start pulling out. COVID-21 vaccine developed. Not COVID-19, COVID-21 vaccine developed. You think they develop COVID-19 vaccine so fast? They're going to develop this COVID-19 vaccine within about 2 months. So anyway, August 2021, early plans for a new government structure. First full vaccination rollout of COVID-19, September 2021. All debts canceled. Ain't that what we've been waiting on? All debts canceled if you get the vaccine, get vaccinated against COVID-19 and COVID-21. New laws canceled. All property ownership, new law cancels all property ownership and passes it to the government. Passes the property to the government. October 21, introduction of COVID passports. Let me say that again. Introduction to COVID passports in digital and card format. Only those vaccinated can work and travel. November 2021, COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccines become mandatory. December 21st, this is the end of this year. COVID passports change names to health passports and become accepted as a normal way of life. Okay, so like I say, you see they ratcheting everything up. But so what you have to understand about that, we ain't never going back to where we was at before the COVID-19 vaccine came. These people got a plan. So you say, what you talking about? Well, they had a plan to attack the World Trade Centers long before it happened. And when 2000, they got a plan called Global 2000. Go Google it. So what happened? When 2000 came, the plan was to crash the World Trade Centers. So when 2000 came, they crashed it. Have America been the same since? No. We ain't never going back to the post 2000, the year 2000. It's been we've been forever falling backwards because they got a plan. And then so now we see the COVID-19 came, it didn't even change it even worse. We ain't going back. We ain't going back to no post COVID-19. We see right here this list they got. And so, like I said, I said a long time ago, they're gonna make this place so undesirable till you're gonna leave. They want us in Africa. Like I said, you want to go a little deeper with that. They got another plan called the Road and Belt Initiative that China constructed. It's the old Marco Polo, the old Silk Road from back in the day. Everybody had high school history got Marco Polo, the old Silk Road from China all around the coast of Africa. They building that up. It's called the Road and Belt Initiative. That's where they want us at. That's the new order that's coming in place. It's on the continent of Africa. That's why Africa being built up. But like I said before, blind men know that you can't build no country on this planet without the Israelites being there. That's the only way it's gonna prosper. Because if you trying to do something over here, if you trying to do something over in Africa, but the Israelites over in America, then America gonna continue to be the superpower because the Israelites there. So they have to find a way to get us out of here, get us over there to where they are, so they'll be the superpower. And you say, well, what you talking about? Well, ain't that what Nebuchadnezzar did? Why you think Nebuchadnezzar came to Babylon? I mean, why you think Nebuchadnezzar came to Jerusalem? He came there and he got the choice of the Israelites, the king and his mama, his wives and his princesses, and took them to Babylon. And what happened? Babylon blowed up. We went to Egypt. They kidnapped us in Egypt. And Egypt blowed up. So what you witnessing is like I said, is a slow demo job on this place. And from what I just read, they are making this place so undesirable that the Israelites gonna leave. Because you got a whole bunch of Israelites that's blind, thinking that, this is where they belong, because their forefathers built this place up. But the Most High got other plans. And so, like I said before, you can fumble with it if you want to. You're gonna go over there standing upright on the ship or airplane, or go over there on your back. You're gonna end up in Africa because it's been prophesied. Any comments before we go? More comments? Okay, I'm gonna hit you with this line. See how you like it. Okay. We got this other computer. We're gonna do what they want to do. Okay. No comments?
When should we start leaving?
You gonna know. They gonna, like I said, are you on Messenger?
You said what?
Are you on Messenger? We got a group of people that's on Messenger. When every time we get some information, we send it through Messenger. Because I was saying, if you want a copy of this list right here, you can, you know what I'm saying? You can see what they got playing coming down the pipe.
Oh yeah, my grandma's gonna send me a copy.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they in the process. They already started to making this place undesirable because they want us over in Africa. So yeah, my bad. What in the world going on? Okay. Yeah. So like I said, we back on Prophets of Awakening. You know, thank the Lord of Hosts and Yahweh for that. And like I said, I'm probably gonna be Saturday. Well, I'm gonna do that uncomfortable conversation, part 12. Let me give you the name of it. I'm gonna have to do some serious multitasking on that. But it's for all Israelites that's awakened. It's called The Span of 70 Years, the Prophets, Judah, Jerusalem, the Kings, the Eagle, the Princes, the Vineyard, the Figs. What does Jesus the Christ, Yeshua, and the New Testament have to do with all that? Okay? So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
Hello.
Shalom.